I am curious, so we mentioned that low time you were going through in Valley and really tough. And I've asked this of other guests. Do you feel that somebody really has to go through a dark time, a traumatic time, uh, in order to awaken to the possibilities of life and spiritual aspects and enlightenment? Does it have to be that way?
No, I think I've had just as much growth from the peak experiences.
Mm-hmm.
The high joy or high success or some amazing achievement as I had from the low ones. I will say that the low ones to me seem to coincide when I observe in other people are not listening to what the universe is telling them very well. So the reason I got a divorce at that time was because I got married when I really didn't want to.
Mm.
And so it was because I was ignoring my own gut that I ended up in that situation to begin with. And so I think a lot of times getting some dramatic crash of an experience is sort of the universe last knock at your door when you're ignoring the quieter knocks. So if you can hone your listening better, more silence and more getting in tune with your own body and these things, I think you can probably avoid some of the bigger crashes. But so many people have, these amazing stories of I was down and then I came back up and I'm better for it, for sure.
Oh, and Derek has his own podcast, the Derek Loudermilk Show. The podcaster is being interviewed on a podcast, but I've had guests and talked to them. They've had the classic, and I know you know this stuff very well, NDEs, near-death experiences, and it's interesting that most of them have, they go into the different dimension of their spirit rises and they find out the unity of all that is and the holographic nature of the universe, and then they decide to come back, and that's when life changes. Now for me, I'll actually, when I'm meditating or just sitting, and I'll say, universe, I don't want to have to go through a catastrophe in my life. I want to come from this aspect and raise to a higher level. So I think, we have free will and free choice. And I think that's an important aspect of that too. You can decide.
Yeah, there's this woman, Jane McGonigal, I believe, and she studies gamification and game theory. And she has this, she ended up healing herself of a traumatic brain injury by playing her way through it, giving herself little quests to go on and, like up leveling her character, which was the like concussion syndrome character. And then she developed this whole theory of so there's post-traumatic stress and there's post-traumatic growth. But then she also realized there's post-ecstatic growth, which is utilizing these sort of peak experiences in order to shift yourself so they're just as technically available as traumatic experiences in terms of shifting how you view the world.
Yeah, I like that. I like that concept. But, too, as you and I both know, and many of our listeners, everything is energy. And energy is nothing but a frequency wave of up and down and up and down. And I think our lives follow that similarly. We're never going to stay at the peak completely. Even if you're a guru sitting on top of a mountain, at some point, you're going to come down in the valley and then you come back to the peak. I think the difference is, if you can grab a hold of your life experiences, understanding, once you do come down in the valley, those low, darker areas, or what do they call the dark night of the soul, because of what then you can actually pull yourself back up consciously, say, okay, this is not what I want. And you raise your energy back up. And I think that's beautiful. If you can get to the point of understanding that, there are some people who get in the valley and they stay there for 20, 50, 70 years and they never come out of it. And that's sad.
One thing about envisioning this sine wave, right? there's a starting point and then it goes down and up, and you can currently shift the whole wave itself
Hmm.
different levels. So if you're with repatterning for neurons, for example, that just going to make sure we have
Yeah, go ahead and talk about the neurons again, because
we got
you cut out
storms here. So yeah, if you're using advantage of neuroplasticity and you're doing things like hypnosis or retraining your neurons different mental patterns, and permanently shift your happiness set point. And so the oscillations, your genetics say you should be happy, 70% of the time, and you oscillate up and down from there.
Mhm.
But through meditation and these other practices, you can go up to 80, right? And then the oscillations begin there, right? And so you may still get the same amplitude of highs and lows, but your set point is different. And so a lot of this on the biological, physical side of things, the work can be used to frame where your natural state normally falls.
I like that. I like that. That's beautiful that you pointed that out, because I never thought of it that just raising your entire frequency all at once. That is very, very cool.